These trees are making me wonder if the leaves are out on the trees at home. I guess I'll find out tomorrow. But right now I'm on my way to Surrey, BC to go visit my grandfather.
简单易懂，你这个赛道做成，都没地方骑。你还卖瘦。
No, this is the one that I use for doing like my little daily vlogs. Oh. This is not the camera that I use for like my money making videos. Oh, this is just more of a handy toy to take around and, you know, let people see a little glimpse into my life. So hey everybody, I'd like you to meet Ron Ward Sr., the greatest grandfather anywhere to be had. How are you?
I'm doing fine.
Nice. We just had a dinner at his house. We were talking earlier about how it had been built up in my house when I was a kid that you know, me and my sister were going to get sent to come visit because he lives on the West Coast, I live on the East Coast, and I've never been to visit my grandfather at his place. He's only ever came to visit me. So all my life it was a big deal. Oh, one day we're going to go visit Grandpa, and we never got to. So now that I'm grown, I did it on my own. And is it all you dreamed it would be?
Oh, sure. It's great to see you.
It's great to see you as well. So we have a lot of people that watch this video from all different ages, all different places in the world. And what's the timeless wisdom you want to share with these people? What's your inspirational message to the children?
Well, I don't know if I have an inspirational message, but all that I can say is live as though you were being treated. And also just do as good as you can for others. That's the main thing.
To do as good as you can for others.
For others, and you'll find out that they'll end up doing as good as they can for you.
Well, that's the thing that we hold on to. That's the thing we got to try to have faith in. I mean, once you've done it a few times, you've had it show up in your life a few times, then you know it works. But if people are like on the younger side and they haven't, you know, had the opportunity to try to implement those kinds of ideas into their lives, you know, it's tough for them to really see where the balance comes from.
That's very true indeed.
Yeah. But so you live in Surrey, BC.
Surrey, BC.
Well, you're not from Surrey, BC.
I'm from Toronto. Really, I look on myself as being from Scarborough.
Oh, wow.
That's where I got most of my schooling, and that's where, even after we got married, we lived in Scarborough.
Yeah, I lived in Scarborough very briefly as well. I've lived mostly in Scarborough, North York, and then Toronto proper.
You've been in Toronto for a long time now.
Yeah, I've been in Toronto basically my whole adult life.
Yeah.
Aside from, you know, brief sojourns to San Francisco, Los Angeles, and this kind of thing. You know, a few months here, a few months there, but always back to Toronto.
Well, you know, you're doing what I always suggested to my kids, and they didn't take it up.
Which is what?
Was that when you get to the age into, say, beyond high school, but not into university,
right,
you should travel.
Yeah.
And you know, there are many ways you can travel. You can make plans to go to certain countries and have a job while you're there. Various ways, but to me, I did a lot of my traveling in my older life, over 40. And I just think it's marvelous to be able to look back on these countries and to be able to say, I've been there. For instance, I've been to China, I've walked the wall. I've been to India about 15 times. And it is a marvelous country, really. A lot of people don't think so, but it is. There's a lot of poverty, there's a lot of things going on, but there's a lot of good people there. And I think if you can do that while you're young, you'd appreciate it far better.
Cool. So that's the advice to people: is don't rush into university and
Right.
get all the student debt without knowing what you're doing. Don't rush into a marriage and have kids right away before you even know who you are yet.
You got it.
Right? Travel, become an interesting person first.
Yeah.
Then
that's
see what
for
you
sure.
got to offer the world. Is that fair?
That's fair.
I think that's great advice. So we've been hanging out here for a couple of hours. We had dinner already. Now we're in the post-dinner relax mode. And has this been the best visit you've ever had from any of your grandkids ever?
Oh, yes.
Number one.
Do you want to know why?
Why?
Because you're the only grandchild that's come to visit me.
Well, when you live on the other side of the country, it's sometimes difficult, I guess, for the grandkids
Yeah.
to come see you. But I've been determined to make this trip since I was a little kid.
No, that's good. We're sure glad you made it.
And it took me until I was a grown-up to be able to do it. But I've done it.
Yeah.
Yeah, now you got to come back to Ontario.
Well, I've been trying, as you know, since 2014.
Yeah, a little while. Well, I'm sure we're going to see you back in Ontario.
I hope so.
You might even see me back in BC because I'm traveling a lot more now.
Well, there you are.
And every time I come through this part of the country, I got to come say what's up to my grandpa.
There you are.
Because Grandpa reveals, all kinds of wisdom. We talk about all kinds of awesome things. But we'll have to save that for another video.
There you
For
are.
right now, this is Sean and Ron. See, it rhymes like that, right?
Oh, there you are. You got
We should host a talk show together. Sean and Ron on the run.
Hey,
Sean and Ron go to town. We have a whole series of kids' books. Sean and Ron do awesome things. All right. Well, this is going to do it for Sean and Ron on the couch in Surrey, BC. And I'll check back in with you guys when I get back to where I'm staying in Vancouver. Yeah. Any final words there?
No, that's about it. I've had a pretty full day, and my wisdom is sort of evaporated.
Well, you know what? I see the deeper meaning in it, though. There you go. What up, people? Oh, my hair is poofy. I think the wind been blowing on it. We're at, what's the name of this place?
This is called the Flying Beaver.
Yeah, so this is like a little restaurant that's right near the water. So we're actually going to have planes taking off from the water while we're eating.
So lots of options.
This is the observation area of the Vancouver airport, and the only time I've ever been at an airport that had a designated observation area. What's up, dudes? Here we are back in Toronto. I can't hear what I'm saying very well, and my ears feel like I've been swimming. So now that I'm at baggage claim waiting for my stuff, I just wanted to say thank you to all of you who watched all of these videos from Seattle and Vancouver. Oh, it's starting. All right, so I see it moving now. Maybe you'll see my suitcase go by. As I was saying, I wanted to say thanks to everybody who watched the videos from Seattle and Vancouver, and lots more travels are coming up and editing all the videos we just made. So keep watching this channel every day, and I'll see you on the main channel Friday.